Okay, today we're gonna do a quick oil change, I hope, on the Subaru Impresa. It's a 2012 model, Subaru Impresa 2012. It's kind of like a sports edition, I think, with the little hatchback going on there. So we're gonna do a quick oil change using STP oil. Kind of get this at AutoZone. You probably get it, other places as well. But 0 W weight 20. High mileage. This car has about 160 or 70,000 miles on it. So as you can see, it's pretty dirty there. It had some leaks going on once before, I recall. And it's kind of dried up, but need to put some brake cleaner on that, probably clean it up. But we're going to try to stay focused on the oil change today. And this is our dipstick over here, oil check. And when I looked at it, it was pretty dirty. And then the mileage again, since the last oil change, been over 5,000. No, it should do it probably 3, but that's what we got. So you do want to just take your dipstick up while you do it before the oil change. And I did have the engine running so that the oil is kind of warm in there, so it'll drain out a little faster. So first, take your dipstick out, loosen the refill here. You want to loosen that just again to give it more air so that it'll come out. Then the same thing for your filter. But before you take the filter, make sure you can take the bolt off. Make sure that you're going to actually do the oil change. I have seen where you can't get the bolt off. You taking this off, and you start to have problem with the ring, the O-ring on that. But make sure, and some people put holes in these even to take them off. But make sure you can get the oil plug out. And this one is pretty tight here. Okay. So I'm loosening that up just a little bit there. Now I'm going beneath the car. This is for this Subaru. The drain plug is on the driver's side, or the driver most side, kind of center, but more on it. You'll get it from the driver's side. I used a 2-ton jack here to go ahead and jack this up, and took that out. So now we're sitting up. This is a garage edition, so I'm not pulling it up on any kind of platform. I'm going to let it down later to let the oil drain out a little bit more, but right now it's a simple approach. Just jack that up to get to it, the plug. Also, you're going to need 17 millimeter in a socket. You can use a wrench, but in my case, I'm using a socket here. So right again, so this is the driver's side tire. And then you kind of want to follow that control arm there, and underneath this area is where you will find the plug. Have to go in a little bit closer here, so look under here. Again, kind of follow this arm there, just kind of follow that. I'll try to zoom out for you guys. Follow this arm there, and then if you look underneath, well, I said underneath, but actually I gotta go find it again. There, I'm sorry. Trying to get a good position for you guys here. So on this it's a cover. You don't have to remove the cover. You don't have to remove this cover. So you found that opening there, and our plug is there, right there. If you can, let me pull the light a little closer here. Hopefully, yeah. All right. So here. 17 millimeter. I thought it was another, but 17. And what I'm going to end up doing is using a pull handle. This is when I've tried this with my regular socket and ratchet. It's pretty hard to unloose that nut there. So that's why I say again, make sure you can take that off before you start the process, because you get stuck there and it could be pain or a serious problem to take that off. All right, so got my pull handle. I'm gonna let's give it a, well, I might have to, that was fun. Okay. All right, so they had that on pretty darn good. We don't need it that tight, but I think specifications goes for, I think 27 foot-pounds. I read that somewhere. I'm like, okay. All right, so we got that loose, right? So we're now, you want your oil pan to catch this oil in. You want to be environmentally friendly, right? And not to make a mess on the garage floor here. So try to move that pan there, and with one hand, if I had gloves, be better, but right now I'm just going to kind of twist it, bolt, and more likely I'm trying to make sure that this doesn't splash all over the place. So again, here, okay, and I'm holding it, and then I'm gonna pull it. So now we have, see, we got a washer on there. You can replace that washer. I'm not doing it this go around, but it should be okay. I haven't had any leaks coming from this area, so if you had leaks, you definitely want to replace that. All right, so we're gonna let that oil drain, and as you can see, it's pretty good, and I think it's about 5 gallons. I'll push my, all right, so this is our filter here. Again, STP, we got the oil, STP. They had a deal going, that's why I got that. So now while it's draining, still a few, I'm going to let the car down so that it will be even. That way we get all the oil kind of leveled out. Yeah, I'm kind of going by this because I'm not trying to do 4 jacks. I'm just doing the 1. So there you go. It's down. Now I'm going to let that drain for just a little while longer. Underneath there, I'm going to let it drain. See one little line still a little bit, and then I'm going to let it back up so that I can put the lug back on. But while that's happening, while that drain is still a little bit happening, go ahead and take the filter off here. Hold that. It's slowly, that's a little hole there. And we want to make sure that you got the seal on here. Make sure that that's not stuck down in there. Okay, so now go ahead. About the new filter. Okay. First time seeing a little seal on it. Give me a second. I'll take that off. All right, so took a little wrapping off. That's good. What I do is just take the old one here and put just a little bit there, so you got some of that on that guy. Also, you make sure it lines up, which it does. Then we're kind of still waiting on this oil to drain out a little bit there. And again, we're gonna jack it back up in a second here. And I just want to make sure this car's level while that's happening. And it's slowly, believe me, it's slowly going down. It's draining slowly there. I can see the bottom coming up. Yeah, so you kind of start to see that seal line there. So we're almost ready to wipe it down a little bit and go in with the other one. Kind of want to get a little of this gunk around the sides here as well. Just want to keep that out. Meanwhile, I'm going to jack it up just a little bit so that I can get my nut back on there. And then we'll refill it with this high mileage oil we got. Okay guys, so kind of waited till that drained down, and now just cleaning that up in here. So that's good there. Now I'm taking my nut here, again 17 millimeter, going back under here. Again, this is my oil catcher pan. Kind of sliding it out the way slowly. Try not to make a mess there. All right. Then here, if you can see that, hopefully. Light back on here. I'm gonna go back in with our nut there. Just make sure you don't cross thread this. Make sure it's just nice and easy. It screws in there just fine. Then we're just gonna hand tighten it for this. Then we'll go back in with my breaker bar, a little mini puller, and only because I've took it off myself, I got a feel of how strong, you know, how much tension and pressure to put on it. I'm not going to put a crazy amount like what it was. 27 foot-pound is about that. Just two little notches. The thing does not need to be super tight, but that should do it. And again, I'm going to wipe the excess off so we can just detect if there's any leaks later. And that's all we need to do under here. I need to wipe that a little bit, and then we'll go to the top. Here. And going ahead, again, we want to get a little bit oil on the O-ring, there. So we don't need a crazy amount. And we're just going to screw that back on. Again, no cross threading. It should be pretty freewheeling there. And we're going to give it a little snug. Again, not too tight. You know, when these oil changes happen, sometimes it be super tight. About that's about do it. Hand tighten on. Yep. So I'm taking it off just to see. Yep. So that's good. Hand tight. Wipe this off a little bit more. Then we're going to go ahead and remove our cap here. Now we want to just refill this. Okay, so funnel, get these anywhere, you know, some of my paper even, get those free at some gas stations or at the AutoZone. So put that in there. And again, 5 quarts, I think the spec says 5.25, 5 point. I don't really care after 5. Here we see 5 quarts. So I think this will do, and we'll do a level check after the fact. So let's go with it. I'm trying to do this and record and not spill this. If you know, this is super thin. This zero weight is like water, and it tends on what I've noticed on the Subaru. It kind of burns. It doesn't burn through it, but it does burn it, and you know, make it black, and it loses viscosity, I guess is what you call it, pretty quickly. So if you're in the north, you might want to be aware of how thin this oil is. I think it's for a different weight, but for this Impresa, that's what I'm going with. That's the specifications. So we're almost done with this oil change here. Since we're short, we'll get every little drop that we can. Okay, so set that aside, retop that, and I'm going to put the old oil back in here, and then you can recycle that at the AutoZone and or O'Reilly's as well. Okay, so that's done there. Let's put our oil cap back on. Make sure again that doesn't have any bad seals on it, or because I'm a little concerned all this debris and stuff. I'm gonna have to spray that off. Okay, so make that tight. That's good. Now we're gonna pull our dipstick out here and just do a little sanity check. Make sure. You see you got a hole there and one hole there. Between this hole and that hole is where you want to be. If you are short the distance from here to here, that's 1 quart of oil. If you are down here at the very bottom, you need to add 1 quart to get where you need to be. If you're halfway, add a half quart. All right, so let's just go back into the slot here. And again, I need to, my car's still jacked up. I need to go back, let it down. But because this is real thin, yep, it's good. You may not hardly tell, but it's wet there up to the 2nd dot, so that's all good. When I let it down, I'll check it again. But that is all we need to do for our oil change. I hope this was valuable to you, gave you some clarity on where to find that plug below and where these pieces are to change. And now we're going to be just doing the cleanup, and we're good to go. Talk to you guys later, maybe about resetting the oil light inside, because you have to go through a little programming to reset that. So continue to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you.